Alright y'all, good morning. I am on my way to work and I thought I would pop on here real quick, and then I'm still holding strong with the keto this morning and I'm so excited. One thing I wanted to say is that when you do eat keto and you start eating it correctly, not cheating with a sandwich and chips every night like I was doing, but when you eat it correctly, then it's easier to make better choices. And I don't know why, but when I went into the convenience store this morning, I was hungry. And I thought, you know what? I would really like to have something. There was nothing in the little hot bar that I could have. Sometimes they have just a piece of chicken. There's no braiding on it. And I'll get that every once in a while. It's wrapped in bacon. And I'll get that every once in a while. But they didn't have nothing like that this morning. And I didn't make the choice to eat something else. So it just seems to be easier to make better choices when you've already been eating keto and you've been eating keto correctly for a few days. So I chose to get a Jack Link's teriyaki beef stick, and so I got that this morning. And I have also eaten 2 of the muffins that I made last night, the chocolate chip muffins that I made last night. I'm at the ATM, guys. Hang with me here. I'm trying to get some money and talk to y'all at the same time. This is not working. 2 of the chocolate chip muffins that I made that was Keto Ginger's chocolate donut recipe, but I did not have a donut pan. So I just ended up making them into small little muffins. And I've had 2 of those this morning with the Jack Link's teriyaki beef stick. And that's what I had for breakfast. And I would have packed my lunch with the garlic breadsticks that I had left over from last night. But I am going to lunch with a friend today. On Wednesdays, usually me and a friend goes to lunch together, and we almost always go eat barbecue. There's every once in a while that we will go eat Mexican, but most of the time we eat barbecue. And I just get a sliced plate, and it comes with 2 sides. And so I get sliced barbecue, and then I get both of my sides as salad with ranch dressing. And so usually I'll eat all of my side salad, both my side salads, and 1 or 2 pieces of the meat. And then I just give the rest of it to my friend, and he eats that. But that's what my plans are for today. I'm not sure about supper tonight. Hopefully I will find something today that's just, or make up my mind, something that sounds good, tastes good, and I'll decide on that today and make that for supper tonight, because I'm unsure about what I want to eat for supper. But anyway, I'm pulling up to work here this morning, and I'm going to go in and get my work day started. Thanks for watching. Bye. Okay, hey everyone. I am going to talk to everybody while I get ready for supper. I didn't know what to have, and this is a last minute decision on what to have for supper. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut up this bell pepper. Look at it, it's sad, and it needs to be cooked. Let me check the microwave. Hang on 1 second. Okay, so I've got this little sad bell pepper here that it needs to be eaten. And so I was trying to decide what I could have for supper that I could eat this bell pepper with. So I have decided that what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut up this bell pepper, and I have an onion that's been left over. I'm going to also cut it up, and I'm going to saute it. I'm going to make my daughter some broccoli. I have some fresh broccoli here that also needs to be cooked, and she likes hers not steamed. I guess she don't like it boiled. She likes it steamed. So I'm going to steam her some broccoli. And then I'm going to cook these vegetables, and I'm going to make me hamburger patties with cheese and vegetables, this onion and bell pepper. And I also have some spinach. I bought this really big spinach at Walmart. It was on clearance, and it still looks really good. I've had it in the refrigerator for probably 3 or 4 days. It still looks really good, but it is time that I cook it before it goes bad. So I will have mine on a bed of spinach, which I love spinach. And that's what I'll have is a hamburger patty, cheese, onions, spinach. My daughter will probably have a hamburger patty also. She just normally doesn't eat a burger. And then I will fix my husband a couple of hamburgers. And then that's what we'll all have for supper tonight. It's going to be quick and easy. And I hope that it turns out good. It should taste good. I'm thawing the hamburger meat in the microwave right now. And I'm going to get that out and check on it and see how it's doing. And see if it's...
Hey.
Come here and look. Can you see? Hey! So I'm going to see how it is. If it's thawed or not. And then I'm going to make hamburger patties. And I'll be right back. 1 second. Okay, so I'm going to check on the hamburger meat, and while I do, my daughter wants to show you her Boogie Board that she got yesterday. We ordered it off Amazon. It was like $11, and she's going to show you how it works, and I'm going to check on the hamburger meat real quick. Here she is.
The hamburger's over there. All right, here's the Boogie Board. This is a small pen. The Boogie Board, see how the screen's blank? Watch what happens when you write. It makes stuff, it's kind of hard to see. See it now? All right. And then, see this silver button up here? Watch the stuff when I hit it. They disappear. It erases everything. So you can write more and more stuff. The more you write, the more you erase, and the more you write again. It's good for reminding you of stuff. So if you say, what was I supposed to get at Walmart? You take your Boogie Board out, look on it, and that's it. And when it's done, just erase when you get everything off. And that's easy. Then you can write stuff on it that you want. So the Boogie Board is literally made for fun and remembering stuff.
Okay, so I am taking the hamburger meat. Some of it was thawed and some wasn't. So I'm taking the hamburger meat. I'm going to stick the rest of the frozen back in the microwave. And then all this that's thawed, I'm going to make into hamburger patties. So just 1 second here. Let me stick this in the microwave and thaw some more of this. It was thawed, was like this much. I'm going to season that, and then I'm going to make it into hamburger patties and get it started. This, I'm using a cast iron skillet, which 90% of what I use is cast iron. And so that's why I named my channel Cooks with Iron. And the only thing that I don't use for cast iron is when I'm boiling something, like I'm boiling noodles or boiling eggs. I don't boil that in cast iron. All of my skillets I've had throughout the years, every one of them has eventually runt or, they get scratched and then you got to go buy new ones. And I think it's just kind of all a gimmick thing. You just got to keep buying more and more all the time. And so I decided to go with cast iron. And what kind of started it all, let me go on a story here for a minute while I'm making hamburger patties, is that my grandmother told me that she had a cast iron skillet that belonged to her brother. And she said, I have it if you would like to, don't reach in front of the thing, okay?
Sorry, I was trying to
She said, I have it if you would like to have that cast iron skillet. Well, of course, I wanted something that belonged to the family, a family heirloom. And so I told her that would be great. I would love to have this cast iron skillet. When she brings it to me, this thing is huge. It's as big as the one that I showed you, which I think is like a 16-inch. And it's a big cast iron skillet. And I thought, I'll never be able to use this. At the time, I had 5 of us at home. There was my 2 boys. And then there was me, my husband, and daughter. Well, since then, my older sons have moved out. So I don't cook as much in one sitting as I used to. I just cook for 3 of us now. My sister has 6 children. And so I gave her the big cast iron skillet because I didn't use it as often as I used to. And so I gave it to her. And then after I didn't have it anymore, I realized how much I used that. So we were in Walmart one day, me and my husband, and I see a large cast iron skillet. And I told my husband I would love to have one of those again. So he says, well, go ahead and get it. And I don't remember, $20 or $30, I think is all it was. And I bought it then, and I have loved it and cared for it ever since. Love this big cast iron skillet. I use it because, like, I would say a 10 or 12 inch cast iron skillet, you can only make hamburgers that are, like, put 4... Hello. Why did it quit focusing? You can only put, like, I don't know why it quit focusing. You can only put like 4 hamburgers in a pan. I'm cooking 6 or 8 because I'm having enough that's left over for my husband's lunch or for supper tomorrow, maybe a snack on the weekend. So I'm always cooking more than just the 4. So I have loved having my cast iron skillet back, another big one. And knowing that my sister has the family heirloom one is okay with me. I'm all right with that. I just want to make sure it does stay in the family. And I told her, I said, one day when all your kids move out, then maybe I'll get the skillet back from you. And she said, oh, that's fine. It's no big deal. And so it was great that she's using it for right now. It's coming in really handy for her. And I got me another big skillet. So far it's working out. I've got 4 hamburger patties right now. I've got a couple more. I do make them fairly large, I guess. And then I also make them really thin. And the reason why I do that is because they cook evenly. And I don't have to worry about them not being done in the middle. And then also they cook, because they're thin, then I can put 2 on a hamburger at a time for my husband. So I give him like a double meat, and he really likes that. So he likes it that way, and I like it that it's done in the middle. I don't have to worry about if it's done or not. So I'm gonna put this skillet on the stove. I've got 6 in the skillet, and I probably can make 1, maybe 1.5 more. And I'm going to get that started, and I'm also going to start sauteing my vegetables. Okay, talk to you guys in a minute. So when I'm going to saute up vegetables, I do it like this. I put one skillet on top of another one, and then I pour a little bit of water in there, and when I do, it'll steam up, and I just did that. And then you put the skillet on top of it. It helps hold in most of the heat, plus it also steams it, and it's really good this way. Okay, this is what our supper looks like plated up. This is mine. That has onions, red bell peppers, and spinach, hamburger patty, and some melted cheese. And then my husband's is just boring with 2 hamburgers and cheese. He's not too much for all that fancy green stuff. And this is my daughter's plate of sauteed broccoli. Anytime she eats it, she eats a whole crown of broccoli at one time. And so she really likes it like this, so I cook it like this anytime she wants it. So she will probably eat something, or she will eat something to go with this. I don't think it'll be a hamburger patty. Sometimes I can get her to eat a hamburger patty with some ketchup on it. She may also heat up a broccoli chicken noodle, which is a little frozen thing we have in the freezer. So that's all for our meal tonight. Okay, real quick, I'm going to take a taste test of mine. I've got hamburger, cheese, bell pepper, and spinach all on here. Let me get a piece of an onion. It's going to be pretty hot. Very good. Very good. I'm going to add a little salt to it. Really good. You should try it. And this will fill me up. If I can find the tomatoes in the refrigerator, I'm going to cut a couple up on top of this. Very good though.